Hi, welcome to Think Human. I'm Chris, and in this video I want to talk about the possibilities of artificial intelligence of sensing the world. And there are many interesting thoughts about this. For instance, if this artificial intelligent machine, if it has enough computing power, and if we compare it, let's say it was a human brain, we could simulate it, but if you have enough computing power, then you could run it so powerfully and so fast that it could experience subjective thinking of entire year, 360 days in, let's say, 1 second. Can we comprehend, like, getting a year's worth of thinking done in 1 second? Time would become really strange. If between every single step you take on the street you have years of thinking. Or different kind of sensory modalities, like instead of like 2 eyes, why not have 360-degree eyes? And in a way that it wouldn't be kind of awkward, like we look at 360-degree videos, they look kind of weird and warped, but in a way that your brain architecture could actually process it in a coherent picture of the world, and you could actually walk around and get this information. Or artificial intelligence system could hook up to every camera in the world. Imagine some kind of future city where there are many more cameras than there are now, and you could be hooked up to them and essentially in your mind fly around to everywhere you want and have this kind of vantage point through every camera, or stitch the images from cameras together and see things you couldn't before. Insane. Or in the vision itself, in the eyes or cameras, you have not just seeing this narrow range of the electromagnetic spectrum of visible light, but you could see X-rays or gamma rays, radio waves, infrared, everything. Like, the experience of the world would be so vastly enriched, arguably, depending on what you want to do. So much the same way with hearing, not just a narrow band that we can hear, but much more lower and higher frequencies. That would definitely be interesting, and kind of sensing experiences that we haven't even thought of before. Ways to experience the world. We think about our 5 senses, but actually it's said we have many more, about like 20, like when you close your eyes and you can feel, where parts of your body are, you can kind of sense this, a sense of balance, different kind of senses. But we do have these 5 really direct general senses, but there could be many more, and the intelligent system, more intelligent than any human being, could definitely think of many new ways of sensing the world. There's already this video about artificial intelligence using Wi-Fi, seeing through walls, of humans walking behind walls, just using Wi-Fi signals. It's crazy where our world is coming to. Also, if you can think of the brain of this artificial intelligence, it can communicate with radio waves and electrical impulses that are moving at the speed of light, not just like a few hundred meters per second of our human brain. So that's already like factors of magnitude faster and faster than the human brain. But not even that. If your brain could communicate with radio waves, your one conscious experience could be in many, many different bodies, potentially over the whole planet. You could have thousands and tens of thousands, millions of bodies, all doing organized same thing, whatever the goal would be. So it's fascinating to think of all these kind of possibilities of artificial intelligence, the future, and just kind of ways of sensing the world, how many different ways there truly could be. There's this kind of space of minds, if we imagine this kind of bubble of consciousness, and like we're one dot in this kind of space, and somewhere else there's animals and whatever. But the whole range of possible consciousness, the space of different ways of existing and experiencing the world, is probably vastly greater than anything we have access to. Of course, it's possible in the near future for us to become kind of posthuman, transhuman, whatever you want to call it, and kind of expand those senses in the same way like we talked before, and how much richer, wider experience of the world that way. And it's definitely fascinating, interesting to think. Also, in the space of these kind of minds, we can think of how some highly advanced alien creatures could have vastly different ways of perceiving the world and processing that information. So just some rambling thoughts about artificial intelligence. Hope you got some interesting ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.